What's up guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I wanted to show you guys my modded GameBoy Advance, run you through all the bits that I replaced, show you how it runs, and explain a bit about it. I chose a custom white shell for my build. You can get third-party shells online, on sites like eBay or AliExpress. There are many different colors to choose from. There's solid colors, transparent ones, there's a variety of them. You can get shells with or without the buttons. You can also get the buttons separately, and they also come in different colors. I went with a white shell, because I was going for a black and white theme for my build. I tried to mix it up a bit, so I chose to keep the grey Start Select and the B button that came on the original shell. Another thing you can do to touch up your GameBoy Advance are custom back stickers, like the one you can see here. There's also a variety of them available online. They come with different themes, based on different GameBoy Advance games. Or if that's not your thing, you can also get ones that look like the stock stickers that were on the original shell. When modifying your Game Boy, you can also choose to get a glass screen cover for it. The original Game Boy Advance screen had a plastic cover. You can also get plastic replacements, but the glass ones are much better. They are a lot more scratch resistant and they look clearer in my opinion. Another interesting mod you can install is a rechargeable battery in place of the AA battery slots. However, this requires you to make a cutout in the Game Boy shell for the USB connector, and you also have to do some soldering. I chose not to do this one because I wanted to keep it simple. I have yet to learn soldering and I didn't want to cut into the shell. Another reason is that with this mod, once the battery gets old and dies eventually, I think you would have to replace all of it. So instead I decided to use rechargeable AA batteries, and I think they work just as well. One little quirk I want to mention is this little plastic piece for the power LED light. When you get the aftermarket shell, it comes with this little piece, but it is made of clear plastic. So when the LED shines through it, it is too bright, and it also makes it look a bit cheap in my opinion. On the original shell, however, this piece is made of frosted plastic, so I used the frosted one instead. I think it looks a bit better. This is the Easy Flash Omega flash card. It's one of the best flash cards for the Game Boy Advance out right now, and it's not too expensive. It goes for around £40 or $50. There are cheaper ones on eBay, but I wouldn't recommend them. I heard they're not as reliable when it comes to running games. I collect physical games, but with a flash card, I can have all my games in one place and not worry about swapping cartridges. Easy Flash uses a micro SD card to store your ROMs. I went with a 16GB one. That's enough to store an entire Game Boy Advance library if you wanted to. The Game Boy Advance originally didn't come with a backlit screen. This one is replaced with a modern aftermarket IPS screen. These screens have really good viewing angles, nice color reproduction, and have 4 times the amount of pixels compared to the original Game Boy Advance screen, which makes them really sharp. One thing I didn't do is when you receive the replacement screen, it comes with 2 wires that you can solder onto the Game Boy Advance board to allow for brightness control with a button combination. I didn't do this, but the default brightness screen works okay for me. This is the Easy Drive menu. I created alphabetical folders for the games because Easy Drive can only store a limited amount of games in one folder. So if you put all your games on the card without folders in the card's root directory, you wouldn't be able to show them all. I'm going to show you guys one of the patched game ROMs that I have. You can get patches that improve or modify Game Boy Advance game ROMs online. Many of the patches are graphical patches that focus on restoring or improving the game's color palettes, for example. Because of Game Boy Advance's lack of backlit screen originally, many of the games use bright, washed out colors to make them more visible on screen. But when displayed on a modern backlit screen, they tend to look dull and washed out. ROM patches solve this problem. I've attached a link to the page with the patches in the description below. Let's run Lost Vikings. I'll show you guys what the patched version looks like, and then I'll show you the unpatched game. Let me show you guys one more game, the patch version of Doom 1. It is quite interesting. The patch essentially ports the original PC game to the Game Boy Advance, and is also set to run better than the original Game Boy port. I'll show you guys a bit of gameplay. It does run well, there's still slowdown, but I think that's to be expected, with it being the PC version running on a Game Boy Advance. It is impressive nevertheless. One of the last things I want to show you guys is how I store my Game Boy Advance cartridges. Some of you might know the Nintendo DS game cases have a slot for Game Boy Advance cartridges inside. Here in the UK, there's a second-hand video game store called CEX, and what's interesting is that you can buy cheap shovelware DS games there, like Brain Training or puzzle games for example, for 50p. And that is how I get my Game Boy Advance cases. I then take the shovelware game that came in it out, I store it loose somewhere, and I use the case for my Game Boy Advance cartridge. I get the inlays for my Game Boy Advance game cases from the website called the Cover Project. They have thousands of game covers for different systems, so if you're looking for a replacement game cover to print out for yourself, the Cover Project is the place to go. The last thing I want to show you guys is this. This is one of the few games that I know of that saw a release on both the DS and the Game Boy Advance. You can store both of them in the same case. I would like to collect them all, so if you guys know what other games came out on both systems, please let me know in the comments. This is the end of the video, guys. Please comment below any thoughts you might have, any Game Boy related stuff or otherwise. I've attached links to the websites mentioned in the video in the description below. All the best, and I'll see you in the next one.